Ladies and gentlemen, this is the WTT Contender Skopje 2025 Mixed Doubles Final. Introducing first, from China, Zhang Weishen and Feng Yishen. And your opponents, from Sweden, number 1 seed, Tischtennis and Christina Campbell.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Skopje in North Macedonia and to our next session at this WTT Contender event, the first ever Contender event to be held in Skopje after a series of feeder events have been held here over the last couple of years. Now it is a step up the pyramid for Skopje, and we have our first final of this week's event. It's in mixed doubles. It sees the world number 7 pairing Christian Karlsson and Kristina Schauber of Sweden up against this wildcard pairing from China in Feng Yishuan and Zhang Weishen. And quite an incredible week, really, for this unheralded Chinese pairing. They were put together as wild cards at the start of the week. They went through qualifying. They lost in qualifying. And, of course, you might ask, well, how come they made it through to the main draw? They were required to be in the main draw to make sure that there was a full complement of athletes in it, and instead of getting a good draw, they got a worse draw. That meant they faced a seed in their first round. They came through that, and they've been getting better and better ever since then. So much so that in the semi-final, they beat the world's number 33 pairing from the Republic of Korea in Im Jong-un and Kim Na-young. Now, Im Jong-un is ranked individually as the 5th best mixed doubles player in the world, so he wasn't in his top configuration with Kim Na-young. He plays with a few others as well, and he's a top player. And this Chinese pairing had the better of them over a 99-point match. 5 games were required to do it. They were 2 games down. They were 7-3 down in the third, and they came all the way back. So they are having some week, and Rebecca Adams, those are the kind of stories that make people sit up and take note, aren't they? And it doesn't matter that it's Christian Karlsson and Schauber against them. They are here for a very good reason. They're a really good pairing.
They really are, and I love stories like that. It's such an underdog story, full of twists, full of turns. And of course, you expect any Chinese partnership to give a good account of themselves, and this pair certainly have done that. And any neutral, I'm sure, will be willing them to really, really challenge this Swedish pair, who need little by way of introduction, do they? There's nothing that they haven't accomplished for Sweden. These 2 Europeans are such a force to be reckoned with, but Zhang Weishen and Feng Yishuan have really surprised us all week, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they produce here in this final. But what an accomplishment for them.
Whatever happens over these next 5 games, potentially, if we go all the way, best of 5, Christian Karlsson and Schauber will nonetheless go in as the heavy favourites, as the world number 7 pairing in the world. But people have been getting closer and closer to them across this week. They started on Thursday, beating the unranked Puerto Rican duo of Oscar Biriel and Alejandra Rodriguez, beat them in straight games. Then Japan's Miyu Nagasaki and Kazuhiro Yoshimura were beaten. New partnership forming for that one. They were beaten 3-1. And yesterday evening, they beat the Chinese pairing of Li Heishen and Shi Xunyao. And on that occasion, Karlsson and Schauber came back from 2 games to 1 down to do that. So it's not like they've been without tests on this road.
Absolutely, and of course there'll be not too much that they know about this Chinese pair as well, so that'll be a test as well, because it's not as if they can go and look at past results. They can't. There's not going to be much video analysis on this pair either, so this is going to be a test for the Swedes certainly. And I think it's worth mentioning that Zhang Weishen pulled off the comeback of the day in round 1 in the men's singles, coming from a 2-game deficit, had to overturn a 2-game deficit to beat Oh Jun-sung in a 5-game thriller. So you know, he really has been in quite some form this week.
That's impressive, isn't it? Fighting those 2 fronts. Often we see people fighting on 3 fronts, even winning on 3 fronts as well. Tomokazu Harimoto's been known to do that, picking up all 3 titles at a Contender event. Christian Carlsen's been at it in singles, so Schaubert too.
1-all.
And the Swedes are a very tidy outfit, and in Carlsen, they have someone who, age 33, is playing some of his best table tennis in his career as well.
2-1.
Olympic silver medalist last year, Christian Carlsen, in the team competition. He was so important for them,
1-3.
holding that side together in the semi-final against Japan, winning the third match to spark a comeback. But yeah, hasn't quite gone for either Schaubert or Carlsen in singles here.
1-3.
Schaubert losing to Yuan Jia Nan. Carlsen losing to Benedict Duda. I really enjoy watching them play. They have a nice rhythm to them and play some lovely shots. And Carlsen's forehand, always worth slowing down on a replay. It's a great, consistent shot of his.
5-1.
We saw it in action there. Of course, both teams benefiting from the left-hand, right-hand combination as well.
Yeah, and this is expected, you know, I think it would be only what people would expect to see the Swedes starting like this. And for there to be a little bit of time required for Fung and Jung to get to grips with another new pairing that they're facing here.
2-6.
In their semi-final, they lost their first two games, 3-11 and 4-11, before coming back.
2-7.
I dare say they'd choose not to go down that road again if it was possible to avoid, but they don't mind burning a few points whilst learning about their opponents. That's a lovely shot, isn't it, from Schaubert.
Yeah, she reacted so instinctively to win that point.
9-2.
Lovely movement, lovely movement.
2-10.
Schaubert setting that up and Carlsen finishing this off. These are right to the edges here. Maybe a little too close, judging by Christina Schaubert's reaction.
11-2. Game.
Below the level of the table. Allows that extra amount of topspin. 11-2 in the books for Carlsen and Schaubert. You would say ominous signs, but not with these two. They don't mind coming back from a difficult spot, and as you mentioned, you do require that time to get to know your opponent a bit, and almost, I can't imagine any scenario where these two would have won that first game. They need time to work things out, and now there's three brains on the job.
Must remember as well that it's a huge occasion for them. They're playing in a final, so it does take a while for those nerves to settle, to ease into the match. It's a position that this pair are used to being in, of course, but a bit more of an unknown position for Zhang and Feng.
And the European opponent as well, that style's not just another pairing that they don't know who play the same way as them. Schaubert and Carlsen. And the Swedish side of things is interesting. Sweden, not so much in doubles, more in singles. You have that room to be creative and deceptive a little bit more. Nonetheless, the Swedes probably do it better than any other European nation.
To serve, Zeng to receive. Level.
Game number 2. Stina Schaubert to serve. Oh yeah, I mean that's what they try and do every time. This is the setup that, if you could choose to do this every point, you would. And Carlsen absolutely hammering that. Oh. Give it a go. kind of shot I play on the table tennis table. In fact, not as elegantly as that.
Flip. 2-1. 1-3.
There'll be absolutely no slouching from the Swedes here at all. They'll know exactly how these two facing them can be after losing a game. They won't be getting any false hope from that 11-2 scoreline. I mean, look at this already.
5-1.
Already they've grasped where opportunities lie. Have some of that. It's really impressive. It's as if they've read the Swedish playbook now and they can shut it down perfectly. It's an edge ball, I think. Let's see here. They get to the second towel break in good condition. 4 points the gap. And we've talked about Christian Carlsen's forehand, Rebecca, but how about Jung's forehand? It's pretty decent, isn't it?
It really is. I've been so impressed with this Chinese pair in this second game, really starting to grow into it. And Fang in particular has served very well. It really has been pivotal in this second game for the Chinese partnership. Just a couple of points away now from leveling things up.
Absolutely brilliant again. And what a turnaround. We expected a response, but perhaps not one quite as emphatic as this.
10-5.
5 game points. And they'll take it. 11-5 in the books. Build this match up and strap yourself in, everybody. They've had 2 matches already in this competition in Skopje that have gone to 42 minutes and 44 minutes. And this one throwing out hints that that might be a similar scoreline, a similar timeline to those previous matches. Game on. Game number 3.
Third game, who will serve? Okay, Feng to serve, Carlsen to receive. Lavo. One love.
I wonder whether part of the conversation for Carlsen and Schaubert, Rebecca, was how to nullify the forehand of Zheng Beishun or not, whether they want to just stick to their own game plan. But it was that difficult a shot for them to handle in the last game.
Yeah, certainly it'll be fascinating to see how game number 3 pans out. Because that last game would have been a bit of a shock to the system for the Swedes. And certainly it was Zheng Feng who got off to a really quick start. Remember, they were 7 points to 1 up. Carlsen and Schaubert looked as if they were mounting a mini comeback, but just couldn't keep pace with this Chinese pair who were brimming with confidence.
Oh, wow. That was special from Carlsen. Look at this. And he thought he'd had that, and then he didn't all of a sudden. I think it took a funny contact on the bat, which wasn't intended. That certainly wasn't intended either. I think this is what you call instant table tennis karma. That's a good shot, isn't it? It's like the low forehand sweep of Carlsen. He sweeps the floor with his non-hitting hand almost. Actually, he doesn't at all. It just looked like it did in real time. Ah, the perils of slow motion. You think you've seen something, and then you haven't. Nonetheless, great forehand.
Another great forehand. It's like a statement of intent, isn't it, from Carlsen? He and Schaubert having to come from behind, and Carlsen just looking like he's putting everything into those forehands as if to say, you know, this isn't part of the plan.
4-all.
For any fans wondering, I don't think Christian Carlsen is wearing any strapping on his thigh today. He did in his singles match yesterday.
4-5.
I think whatever fitness trouble he had, actually, you can just see it here. He's still got the strapping on, left thigh. So it's better disguised today. Doesn't affect his movement, no, so...
Did so well there just to absorb all of that pressure.
Feels like we've got our first proper game on our hands. The first 2 games almost a warm-up for both teams. Now they're into their stride. And they're both playing well in this game. 7-5 though for Carlsen and Schaubert.
Please play 8-6. 9-6.
Great reach, and Schaubert looks upwards. This is a fantastic shot. Well read by Carlsen on the serve. He'll receive here. Oh, they've done it. Second game for Carlsen and Schaubert in the books, 11-7. And they certainly had to work much harder for that one.
Fourth game, who will serve? Okay,
Carlsen and Schaubert in action together for the first time here in Skopje since the World Championships last month, where they were eliminated only in the second round by Chinese Taipei's Lin Wenru and Chenny Ching. It's a little underwhelming from the world number 7 pairing. But now back on the WTT series, and this could be a big month for them. There's Ljubljana, Zagreb coming up, then the United States Smash. Let us mark your cards for that one, by the way, at the start of July. Taking table tennis to Las Vegas. Rebecca, you'll be there.
I cannot wait. What a setting.
It's very good to see.
This is really impressive stuff from the Chinese pair, isn't it? In this must-win, and they seem to thrive under the pressure, don't they? Given the run that they've had in this tournament so far, it won't be a daunting prospect for them to be 2-1 down in this best-of-5.
Very familiar territory.
6-1.
They've had to fight tooth and nail all the way through here. And to be in the final as a wild card who lost their qualifying match is just against all the usual ways of the table tennis world. But this is why they are two very, very good individuals that have gelled together
2-7.
ever more this week. And of course, when you put on that Chinese t-shirt, it is expectations that are astronomically high every time. And if you rise to them, you stay on the team. Oh, yes. Carlsen missing. The strawberry flick of Schaubert here. Beautiful. That's uncharacteristic for Carlsen. That really is. Looking like that kind of a game. And remember game one, Carlsen Schaubert 11-2. Zheng Feng delivering exactly the same treatment to Carlsen and Schaubert, to the world number 7 pairing. These wild cards are leveling up the match at 2 each. We're into a decider. That is amazing. They can hit some form, can't they? And they're just riding the momentum well.
And you did call it at the beginning of this match. You said this pair have had 2 really long matches, 42 minutes, 44 minutes. Okay, this one's going quicker, but it is going the distance.
It's going the distance, but you're right, it's so much quicker than previous matches. That was a 3-minute game that we've just had there. It's a short match, and yet it's going the full length of things.
Yeah, it's been very, very topsy-turvy. 11-2 to the Swedes in game number 1. And at that point, we could have been forgiven for thinking it would be a whitewash. But credit to Fang and Zhang. They've been really, really impressive. I've enjoyed watching Fang in particular. I think she's shaping up to be quite some player.
So just 20 minutes overall since we came to the table, to table 1. A reminder that after this we have singles action coming up in men's and women's sides of things to round off the day here in Skopje before finals day tomorrow. Men's singles and doubles, women's singles and doubles all concluded here in Skopje. It'd be great to have your company on Sunday as well for as much of that as possible. Right now, it's a very, very enthralling mixed doubles final that we're playing witness to.
It'll be fascinating to see if the experience of the Swedes shows through in this final game, or whether the confidence of these youngsters proves to be the deciding factor.
This is where the weeks that each of these have had individually plays into things, because the hangovers from being knocked out, or whether there's finals to look forward to in singles, and there isn't for anyone around the table right now, but what's happened in singles and the way things have turned out there can start to play on the mind.
2-1.
Carlsen back doing what he does best. Oh, it's a clever shot from Zheng, isn't it? Not desperately fast, right into the crossover point though for Carlsen, and he just couldn't get around it. Oh, that's a good shot from Schaubert, and that is a big boost for the Swedes. You know, it's felt like at times they rely so much on Carlsen to win the point with his forehand. But if Schaubert can contribute with point winners like that in this final game, that'll be a great help to their cause.
2-3.
Done what they needed to do at the first towel break.
Yeah, and we've seen Carlsen do that before, haven't we? Moving with absolutely lightning speed to get the point finished off quickly. And they have a lead, small one, albeit, but see if they can build on from this.
He moves well, Carlsen. He's a stocky player, but he really moves well. He can get so low. He can shuttle across around the table nicely.
5-2.
Timeout call. Amazing we haven't had one so far, but we haven't needed to, I suppose. It's either one pair or the other has been in the complete ascendancy. And the button pressed right now. It's not the 99-point thriller of the semi-final, and we won't get near that, I'm sure.
Time.
Carlsen Schaubert leading 5-2. I always think, Rebecca, that if you don't win the point after a timeout, then
5-2.
it hasn't gone well for you. It's not quite that simple, of course. There's other points to discuss, but nonetheless, it helps. Because you stop it. You stop the match for a reason, because things aren't going your way quite often. And they've won that point back straight after their timeout.
Certainly one thing we can say about this Chinese pair is they do like a comeback.
Yes, indeed.
4-5.
2 points after the restart is going exactly according to plan for Zhang and Fang. 1 point in it now.
That's a great forehand. He is so good at this diagonal step around. Three points in a row for the Chinese pair. All tied up again. Now this will be surely a third ball attack set up for a Carlsen forehand. He's done it.
5-6.
But it doesn't go in, excuse me. Went long.
Time out.
4 points in a row off the back of a timeout. What a brilliant turnaround.
Absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to see how Carlsen and Schaubert respond to this. This is a huge test for them.
No one in their corner to bounce ideas around with. Have to calculate this one all by themselves. They're extremely experienced though, so
Time.
there'll be ideas that they have amongst them.
Well, apologies for the technical difficulties here. Hopefully we'll have pictures back soon.
6-all.
So that goes the way of Carlsen and Schaubert off the back of the timeout. They get to the second towel break all square. Ooh,
7-6.
what a serve. A classic finger breaker. for Carlsen, and he doesn't connect with it. It was that good. Oof, again, that was... Schaubert doesn't get down for this one. What's happened here? Has it clipped the net? Just, I think it has, actually, yeah. Just as the ball went out of shot. 8-6, 6-8. Actually, in the front on the scoreboard for the first time at 2-all. And then now 9-6, and this is a 3-point gap. And a couple of clips of the net in a row to create this, no doubt, but this is a great opportunity.
9-7.
Carlsen with a canny old serve, though.
Let 9-7.
Oh, yeah.
9-8.
Now they save 3 in a row. Carlsen and Schaubert. Guess where we are. Another towel break, another mirrored scoreline. 9 each. This is so often when Chinese players prove their mettle. Are Feng and Zheng going to do just that here again? Carlsen and Schaubert, however, with the match point. Carlsen pulls it back from below the table, and Schaubert and Christian Carlsen win the mixed doubles title. One shot to do it, and they made sure. It's too dangerous to give Feng and Zheng too many opportunities. They know that. They've been the story, really, of this mixed doubles competition. The wild cards who lost their qualifying match that then made it to the final, but it didn't end in a title. It does end in the title for Christian Carlsen and Christina Schaubert of Sweden. It was entertaining from start to finish, wasn't it? Really good to watch, and Carlsen and Schaubert, in the end, they will lift the title. And we'll have that celebration very, very shortly before the singles action continues, which is why Stina and Christian are just mulling over the victory. But that will be coming up shortly here on Table 1.
Let's welcome our esteemed guests to the floor. Mr. Slavko Markowski, President of the Table Tennis Association of North Macedonia, and Robert Michalowski, Director of WTT Contender Skopje 2025 to the floor. And first, our mixed doubles finalists, Zheng Beishen and Feng Yishen. Let's invite Mr. Michalowski to present the finalist trophy to the finalists. Mr. Michalowski, please.
So two people who have thrilled us this week here in Skopje, in Beisheng Zheng and Yi Xuan Feng. The two qualifiers, the two wildcards, who then became qualifiers despite losing their qualifying match. From the first rounds, they then had a very tough draw because they lost that qualifying match. But they've got better and better, and who knows what the future holds. The ceiling is very, very high for these two. And it'll be great to see what they go on to achieve together and in singles as well. A lot of promise on both sides of the categories. But runners-up here in Skopje.
Mixed doubles champions, Christian Carlsen and Christina Schauber.
But today in Skopje, the champions are Christian Carlsen and Christina Schauber, the #1 seeds, with another full-distance match to get through. They won their semi-final 3-2 from 2-1 down. This one they were pushed all the way. And the world #7 seeds showed their class. One match point, and they took it. And they are the first to lift trophies here in Skopje this week at the Yanis Sandanski Sports Centre.
All right, let's invite all players and participants back in together for a group photo.
End of a long week, Rebecca, or rather, not yet the end of a long week for plenty of people in the draw, but for these four people it is. And
well, especially long, sorry to cut you off, especially long, of course, considering the Chinese pair have come through those qualifying matches, but what a week it's been for them, and this will be certainly one that they'll remember and they'll push on from, and like you said, you know, remember the names because we will see them again. Who knows how far they can go, but it's business as usual for the world #7s. Big smiles for the cameras as they collect their well-earned reward for this week, but it was a fascinating final.
yeah, it really was. And one of the best mixed doubles finals I've seen for a long time. We will be back shortly.
trebаше сега главен. Айде, не запекавай греши така. Дай ме раче, бе. Не вече се да вземеш къде си. Не на това, на другото. На другото. На другото. Абе, на другото, ако мислото трябва да станеш. Ето тук. Така, один. Не там. Само са пластичното мина. Са пластичното мина. Ето що се мина. Подигни го.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first women's singles semi-final. Introducing first, from France, Bordtennis. And the opponent, from China,
Almost time then for the women's singles semi-final. Yuan Jianan, the number 8 seed of France, in the blue on the left of your screen, taking on Xi Jingyao, the number 3 seed of China. This, of course, for a place in tomorrow's final. Both have had really interesting routes through to this semi-final. We'll start by talking about the French athlete there in the blue closest to you, the 40-year-old celebrated her 40th birthday last week and played earlier on table 1. Came from 2 games down to beat Satsuki Odo in the quarter-final earlier, so really impressive show from her, overturning that 2-game deficit. Before this week, we last saw her in action in the World Championships finals in Doha. Lost in the round of 64 to Charlotte Lutz, then all French encounter, lost that one 4-1. She's been in good form this week. Certainly impressive in that 5-game match against Satsuki Odo, the top seed. We'll see how much of a toll that's taken on her. It's never easy to play a 5-setter. Definitely not easy then to get yourself prepared and ready to play a semi-final just a couple of hours later. She defeated Christina Schallberg of Sweden in the round of 16 in straight games, and before that beat Fu Yu in the round of 32 in straight games. So she's dropped those 2 games en route to this semi. Xi Jingyao, 3rd seed in this one, has had a really impressive route through to this. Defeated Miyu Nagasaki, the number 5 seed, in the quarter-final. Before that beat Hitomi Sato, 3-1. And beat Linda Bergstrom of Sweden 3-1 in the first round, so she's been very strong and very consistent. But it is the first meeting between this pair, and it's always interesting to see how matches unfold between 2 players who have never played each other before. Of course, they know each other very well. They've seen each other in training halls. They've met on the circuit. But this is the first time facing each other across the table.
First game, Xi to serve, Lafo.
That's a decent rally to start us off here.
One-all. Two-one.
She's got such a high toss serve, Jianan Wen. Using it to great effect there. Xu Zhengyao just struggling to get any kind of a read on that one, and it's a good quick point for the French player.
2-all.
Plays with pips on the forehand side. Meaning she's a really tricky opponent. Xu Zhengyao just offering up the hand by way of apology ball, just clipping the net with that backhand on the way over. It's nicely taken backhand though.
3-all.
Certainly that impressive 3-2 win earlier on in the day for Wang Jianan will have filled her with real confidence, knocking out the top seed, and not only knocking out the top seed, but knocking her out after coming from 2 games down is just really impressive. Let's see what the plan was there from Xu Zhengyao with that big forehand, trying to inject some real pressure, some real strength into it, but Wang just took it with such ease. The semi-final is Pratika Pravard of France and Fan Zhishan. Fan Zhuan rather, of China, so it will be a France-China final. That is guaranteed.
Four, five.
It's good pressure on the number 3 seed there.
Five-all.
It's nicely taken from Wen to earn us off a 1-point advantage. Moved to France at the age of 18, born in China. It's good attacking play on the forehand side.
Five-eight. Five-eight.
Oh, you could see what the plan was there.
8-6.
One stomping her feet in frustration, just going wide. She was obviously aiming just on the side of the table, just out of reach of Xi's forehand. great work on the forehand from Wan. Allows herself a fist pump by way of celebration. Nicely done indeed. Oh,
7, 9.
just failing to connect there with the high toss serve. Wan,
Game 2.
with a bit of fortune perhaps, offers up the apology to her opponent, but I'm sure she won't be too fussed because she has wrapped up the opener 11 points to 7. Xianan Wan in fantastic form today. Just over 6 minutes on the clock then for the opener.
Time. Second game, 1-2 serve, Lapo.
Here we go then, game 2 in this best of 5. Place in tomorrow's final at stake. That's good pressure from Xi Junyao. She looked as though she had Wan off balance there from the off. She was absorbing that pressure with that forehand, but just couldn't quite get her footwork right. It was a well-won point for the Chinese. Third seed. Again, nice work on the backhand from Xi Junyao. First the backhand flick. Very nicely done indeed. This is exactly the start that Xi Junyao needs. Especially when you think of how high Wan Xianan's confidence will be after knocking out the top seed earlier on. She had some good wins this year as well.
Love 4.
Coming into the form of her life at the age of 40. Ranked 39 in the world at the minute. Her opponent ranked 20.
Love 5.
Well, 6 unanswered points. This really is quite some start for Xi Junyao at the first towel break. She has 4 titles to her name, Xi Junyao at senior level. One of those came earlier this year in Muscat. She won the contender title there at the start of the year. Reached the round of 16 at the World Championships in Doha last month.
1-8.
An anguished expression on the face of Yuan with just that single point on the board. Needs to think of something and think of something fast. Well, changing up the serve isn't the answer either. Xi Jingyao, 2 points away from levelling up. Had a game apiece here. Fascinating semi-final, this one. Oof.
9-2. Ten.
Eleven points to 2. That was a masterclass from Xi Jingyao, who has roared into life in game 2 after losing the opener. 11 points to 7, just under 4 minutes on the clock then for game number 2. We have got a contest on our hands here now.
Third game, see to serve, level.
Xi Jingyao, starting us off in game 3, will be hoping to continue that impressive momentum from game number 2. 11 points to 2. Yuan very quiet indeed, but looks a little frustrated as to how that point played out. Xi Jingyao is the 3rd seed, highest remaining seed now in this tournament. Sofia Polkanova was number 2 seed, knocked out in the opening round by Kotomi Yamada, a qualifier from Japan. I can see what the plan was there from Yuan, but she just absorbed all of that pressure so well, just stayed steady, stayed consistent. Wow, that was incredibly quick. The step around for the forehand that was taken with lightning speed.
For all. For 5. Five all.
This is the biggest lead that either player has had in this third game. There's been absolutely no separating them. Oh my goodness, what a shot that was, right into the far corner. Down the diagonal, first with the step around. So she can hit that forehand down the diagonal. Xi Jinyao with no hope of returning that one. It was a very well worked point indeed for Yuan. Full game points now for the 40-year-old from France. Xi Jinyao saves the first of 4 game points, saves it well. Yuan with a decent shot block in the second shot of that rally. Xi Jinyao onto it though. Oh, you could see what the plan was there. Xi Jinyao going for that corner in the diagonal, trying to get that shot quickly past Yuan with some real pace and power. Just misjudged it, and it is Yuan now who has a 2-game-to-1 lead, taking the third by the same scoreline by which she took the opener, 11 points to 7. Longest game so far, over 6.5 minutes on the clock then for game number 3.
Time. Fourth game, point to serve, level.
Now then, game number 4.
One.
Nan Yuan managing to regain the lead, 2-1. But Xi Zhenyao, wow, with that impressive second game, 11 points to 2. It was very close at third game. But it was Yuan who managed just to pull away in the closing stages. And what a point that was. That was really special indeed. Coach up on his feet. Different type of serve that we've seen so far from her today. Spins in frustration. The other semi-final in the women's singles will follow this one. We've got men's singles semi-final, then the next women's. Particular Pavard, the 4th seed, and Fan Shuan of China. That's the other semi.
Let's 2-0. Three-two.
Good work from Yuan. Leading by 2 at the first towel break. Wins this one, she goes through to the final. Now Xi Zhenyao will need to remember the player she was in game 2. Utterly imperious, 11 points to 2. She cannot allow that gap to get any bigger, given how confident Nan Yuan is at the minute.
3-4.
Ball toss is just so incredibly high. Completely out of sight. Takes an absolute age for that ball to come down. And 2 serves for Yuan and 2 very quick points indeed. Too much that Xi Zhenyao can do to nullify that threat. Oh, well, bit
4-7.
of fortune for the French player there. Number 8 seed here in this competition, and it's a timeout for Xi Jinyao. 3 points down in a must-win game.
Time.
Jian Anran has forced Xi Jinyao into a timeout in this crucial 4th game. Let's see how she responds now, having had a
4-7.
bit of a breather from the intensity of the action up at the table. Some
4-7.
words of advice from the coach. But it was that series of serves from Yuan that got into the skin of Xi Jinyao. That is the
7-5.
restart she would have wanted, the number 3 seed. See what the plan was there from Yuan. Wanted to get that forehand finished off quickly with some real speed, the change of direction, but just misjudged. That's a very, very effective timeout indeed for Xi Jinyao. She was 3 points down. She's clawed her way back into this. Nicely taken. Down the diagonal, or down the parallel rather. Yuan is just making this look easy.
Nine, 7.
Nice work into that far corner, Xi Jinyao. Great vision there. Keeps herself within a point here, and now it's a timeout for Jian Anran. Was 3 points ahead, managed to re-establish a 2-point lead, but now with the end of this match potentially on the horizon, she just wants to settle herself.
Time.
just past the half-hour mark at table 1. Look how close this is. 2 points away from a place in the final, but Xi Jinliao breathing down her neck, forcing the number 8 seed into that timeout. Let's see how she restarts here. She's been serving very well indeed. Oh my goodness. Xi Jinliao levels at 9 points all. This is as close a game as we've had. The opener went the way of Yuan, 11 points to 7. Xi Jinliao took the second, 11-2. Third game went the way of Yuan, 11 points to 7, and now 9 points apiece. How exciting would it be if this were to go to a decider? Oh my goodness, into the net, Xi Jinliao. And Yuan has match point. It's just the single match point, though. What can she produce now?
9-10.
This is now or never for the number 3 seed. She lets out a big sigh, a big puff of the cheeks ahead of this crucial serve. This to save match point. Oh my goodness, and she has, it's deuce. This match could be a long way from over. Oh my goodness, and it's a second match point for the French player. Well, the nerves down on table 1 must be incredible. Oh, what a day Jian Anwan is having. First, she knocks out the top seed, coming from 2 games down. Knocks out Satsuki Odo to seal her place in the semi-final, and now she has knocked out the number 3 seed, Xi Jinliao, and she is in to tomorrow's final. Will she be women's singles champion this time tomorrow? What a week Jian Anwan is having. This is the player who turned 40 last week, and she is in the form of her life. Congratulations indeed. We look forward to seeing her in the final.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first men's singles semi-final. Introducing first, from China, and his opponent,
Well, it is time now for the first men's singles semi-final. Darko Jorgic back in action for the third time on table one today. He's been a busy man indeed, taking on Wenribo of China. Place in tomorrow's final on the line. Well, Darko Jorgic has certainly had an interesting day today. He is the top seed here, so expectations are high for him. Played in the men's doubles earlier with Nikozl in the semi-finals, was knocked out by Manoush Shah. And by Thakkar and Shah, rather. He beat Thakkar in the quarter-final in the singles earlier to seal his place here, so that was bit of revenge for the Indian player in the doubles. Best result of the year for Darko Jorgic, who is world number 9 at the minute, was reaching the final of the top 16 Cup. Lost in the final though to Shunsuke Togami, so certainly will be looking to potentially reach a second final this year. The expectation will be that he will. He is the favourite on paper here. Been as high as number 6 in the world. That was back in 2022, this time 3 years ago, June of 22. So he's been consistently around his very best table tennis in all of that time. But Wenribo, world number 50, that's his best ever world ranking. Won the FIDE event last year in Olomouc and hasn't dropped a game all tournament. He is in red hot form. He hasn't really been tested all week. Darko Jorgic certainly will prove to be a big test for him, but this is the first meeting between this pair. Wenribo, very exciting, promising prospect. Darko Jorgic has the experience. So this is certainly going to be a fascinating encounter between this pair.
First game.
The winner of this one will play either Tomislav Puczar or Benedikt Duda in the final. That is the other semi that will be taking place as the last match on table one today. And of course, it's normal for these players to have a jam-packed schedule to play more than one match in a day, but this is the third match now for Darko Jorgic. Interesting to see if he's adequately recovered, and not only just recovered physically, but also shifting the focus mentally from doubles to singles, especially off the back of a defeat as well. The mental element of the game is such an interesting one, layered with complexity. It's a good start, though, for the Slovenian. He'll want to live up to his billing as the top seed here in Skopje. That lovely forehand. He's really making life difficult for the Chinese player, isn't he, Darko Jogic? Quickly into a 4-point lead. Fizzing with energy. Oh, brilliant work on the forehand again. Not so effective on the backhand, though. Wenry, though, is an exciting talent from Zhengzhou, the capital of China's Henan province. Oh, so much spin on that ball from Darko Jogic. Wenry just struggling to really connect with it. It was a very, very tricky ball indeed. Yeah, that was clever play from Wenry. Just the gentle taps over the net, forcing Jogic to step forward. Got him a little bit off balance.
8-4. Let 8-4.
That was taken so well. Great rally. Longest rally of the match so far. Jogic forcing Wenry back into that defensive position, but he dealt with that pressure so well, and that was a very, very good point indeed for the Chinese youngster. Jogic beat Manaf 3-1 in the quarterfinal. Defeated Im Jong-hoon 3-2 in the round of 16. And beat Cedric Meissner, a wild card of Germany, in the round of 32. Wenry, though, a 3-love win over Thibaut Poiré, the number 6 seed in the last round. Oh, amazing rally. Wenry lets out a scream of delight, wraps it up to level at 8 points apiece. The comeback very much on for Wenry. Darko Jogic will know how dangerous the man on the opposite side of the table can be, having knocked out Thibaut Poiré of France. Beat Juan Perez, a qualifier of Spain, 3-0 in the first round as well.
Let 8-9. 9-all.
Point for Wenry. What an incredible turnaround. He's just grown into this opening game, just hasn't panicked. Shown a really impressive attitude. Well, that's exactly what he needed to do, Wenribo. Darko Jorgic so dangerous on that forehand side, and he's targeted him on the backhand side, and he has been duly rewarded. He wraps up the Open at 11 points to 9.
Time. Second game, 1 to serve, love all.
Well, Wenribo is certainly in full flow now. Still just 18 years of age as well. His rise at the rankings has been really impressive. Jorgic with the slight shake of the head there, just cannot get a look in, can he? Must be frustrating times out there indeed for the #1 seed. Oh, lovely backhand flick from Darko Jorgic down the diagonal before changing direction. That's a confidence boosting point, that's for sure. You can almost read Darko Jorgic's mind, can't you? Look at him shaking his head, his anguished expression. Wenribo is having the time of his life. Oh. Not that time though.
7-6.
Well, it's been a good little comeback from Darko Jorgic, but certainly hasn't necessarily figured out how to keep Wenribo as quiet as he needs to. Oh my goodness. What a rally that was. Couldn't even see Wenribo in the shot. He was forced so far back. It was lovely, wasn't it? The backhand down the parallel from Darko Jorgic, moving really well to cover all that ground to play that forehand. But Wenribo gets the better of him, and that is heartbreaking for Darko Jorgic. He covers well, though, to take the next point. Jorgic, of course, is looking to level up here at a game apiece. Tomorrow's final awaits the winner of this one. Oh my goodness, that was such a well-won point from Wenribo. You could see what the plan was from Darko Jorgic. That return of serve, an amazing angle. Ball landing so close to the net. It was a hard one for Wenribo to play, but he adapted so well. This is quite some second game here. This is Darko Jorgic's chance now to level up. He can't ride off Wenribo, though. Oh, superb backhand flick. Brings the scores to juice. For Jorgic. Well, you get the sense that whoever wins this will change the entire trajectory of this best of five. If it's Wenribo, he's 2 games to the good. And we'll be 1 game away from a place in the final, but these are nervy moments indeed for Darko Jorgic. Oh, that was absolutely amazing ball placement from the 18-year-old.
Please play. 12-13.
This is absolutely fascinating stuff. Darko Jorgic, top seed here, remember? World number 9. And then across the table, world number 50, 18 years of age. Tied on 13 points apiece. It was a funny ball, wasn't it, from Darko Jorgic going along, and it's another game point for Wenribo, who's signalling that he wants the timeout.
Time.
Now then, Wenribo with the timeout. And another game point. Look at that, 14-13. This is so exciting.
Let 13-14.
These moments are big tests for the teenager. 18 years of age. This is where he'll learn to I was going to say cope with the big pressure moments, but he certainly coped with that one. 15 points to 13. He is now 2 games up and a game away from a place in tomorrow's final. Absolutely incredible stuff from Wenribo. Darko Jorgic, top seed, with some questions to answer. 11 minutes and 30 on the clock for game number 2.
Time.
Are we about to witness an upset here in this men's singles semi-final? Top seed must win this game if he is to stay in this competition. Fascinating to see how Jorgic approaches this must-win third game. It's a decent start, but can he keep consistent? Can he keep this momentum going? Of course, he'll have to shake off the disappointment of failing to convert those game points in game number 2. This is a brand new game. He needs to compartmentalise.
Three, one.
Tricky spinny serve.
Two, five. Five, three.
Wow, that was quite some shot, wasn't it, from Wenribo? Down the diagonal. Jorgic wouldn't have seen that one coming.
Five, four. Time out.
Jorgic now with the timeout. He'll be knowing the magnitude of this occasion. Did have that nice lead, didn't he? And it's quickly disappeared.
Time.
Wenribo must feel good knowing that he's forced Jorgic into this timeout in this crucial third game. Breathing down his neck.
5-all.
With the comfort of having 2 games behind him, he takes the opening point. Following his opponent's timeout, now has 2 serves. Amazing stuff. This guy is just on another level, isn't he? Considering he's just 18, he's world number 50. And he is making the top seed look very ordinary indeed. Jorgic lets out a scream as if he's won the match. just how important every single point is. Points all in this crucial third game for Darko Jorgic. Well, Wenribo, he can afford to drop one, but wouldn't he love to get through in straight games? It'd be quite some feat if he were to make tomorrow's final. This is a player who hasn't dropped a game all week. I'm sure he isn't prepared to drop one now. Darko Jorgic talking to himself, looks like he's talking to his racket as if to ask for answers there. It is a match point for Wenribo. Will he hold his nerve here? Oh my goodness, Wenribo through in straight games. He apologises to Darko Jorgic. A bit of fortune there on the match point, but he'll take it. What an incredible week he is having. Watch out for him. He is going places. The world number 50, 18 years of age, dispatches the top seed in straight games. Certainly, congratulations to him, and we look forward to seeing him in tomorrow's final. 28 minutes, that's how long it took for Wenribo to seal his place in the final. And once we've caught our breath from that, it's time for the second semi-final in the women's singles.
and gentlemen, this is a women's singles semi-final. Introducing first, from China,
The second women's singles semi-final. We already have a French representative in tomorrow's final. Jian Anwan safely through. Will it be Pratika Pavard who joins her? Or will it be Fan Shuhan? Pratika Pavard is the number 4 seed here. The highest remaining seed in the competition. World number 23, 20 years of age. One of France's leading lights in the sport. Taking on Fan Shuhan for the second time in their career. Last time they faced each other was back in 2023 at a Youth Star Contender event. That was in the qualification round in the under-19s. That one went the way of Fan Shuhan. She won that one 3-1, but of course, a lot has changed since then. Pratika Pavard has stormed up the world rankings, knocking on the door of that top 20. Fan Shuhan, same age, 20 years of age, but is currently ranked outside the top 100. She's 107 in the world at the moment. In terms of their respective routes through to the semi-final, well, Pavard defeated Kim Na-young, the number 7 seed, in the quarterfinal, 3-1. Beat Yuna Ojio, a qualifier of Japan, was taken to 5 by her in the round of 16, and then in the first round, breezed past Anna Tofan to qualifier in straight games. So some mixed results for Pavard. Fan Shuhan defeated Zhang Geman in straight games in the last round. Had a tough 5-game win against Kotomi Omoda, qualifier of Japan. Won that one 3-2. And began her campaign here with a straight games win over Manika Batra of India. Well, after the discussion about the scoreboard, hopefully things are cleared up. It's been a great start from Fan Shuhan, the lower-ranked player, by quite some distance. They do know each other well, though, having come up the youth ranks together. Pavard working her way back through these points really well. Oh, brilliant from Pavard, so much power in that forehand. Making life very difficult indeed for her opponent, getting her out of position. The opposite end of the table. Pavard, hugely popular figure, both in France and in India. Born in France to Indian parents and has a big following in both of those countries. That's good work from Shuhan. Wow, it's so consistent from Pavard, just keeping that intensity at that level is just so impressive. Those huge forehands. Getting so much strength behind that shot. Oh, not quite connecting with the serve there. Pavard just 2 points away from wrapping up this close opener. It's been a really entertaining one. Pavard goes long with the first game point, scores her a deuce. What a fascinating opener to this second semi-final. Will it be an all-French affair? Will it be China versus France? Not the scoreline that we would have expected for the opening game, perhaps, given the golf and rankings. Oh, wow. Pavard just bullying Fan Xian, but she was doing really well to stay in that rally to try and nullify that threat, but Pavard just getting more and more powerful. Pavard was made to work very, very hard indeed. Gets the opener wrapped up 12 points to 10, but that was a tough, tough test for the French player, with almost 8 minutes on the clock to do so. Yeah.
Time. Record game. Time to serve la ball.
Well, in a very evenly matched opening game, it was Pavard who prevailed, and that's just the experience showing through. She's used to grinding out wins.
One love.
Fan Xian will take great heart from that opener, pushing her opponent all the way. Pavard, though, was in action earlier on today, dispatching Kim Na-young, the number 7 seed, 3-1, which was a really impressive win indeed for the French woman. Well, it was Fan Xian who made a lightning-quick start in the opening game as well, getting herself into a nice lead before Pavard managed to find a rhythm in the game and work her way back into it, and Fan Xian will need to think about ways to stop her opponent repeating what she did in game one. Try and think of something a little different. But certainly Pavard will be wanting to make it an all-French final. What an achievement that would be for French table tennis. 2 French women in the singles final.
5-3.
That's good work from Pavard. It's tricky to play a lefty. Going down the parallel like that, that was very good vision indeed. Well, it's the second time Pavard has done that on the serve. Oh, and into the net. That's a 4-point lead for Fan Xuan. This is a big opportunity now for the world number 107. Looking to make her way back through the points, and that is a good way to do so. Momentum very much with Pavard, but serve with Fan. And she gets that point finished off very quickly indeed. Some very effective serving for the Chinese woman. 3 game points as well. Ooh. Points to 8. Fan Xuan takes game number 2 to level up in this best of 5. Good work indeed from the world number 107.
Time. Third game, about to serve la ball.
Finally poised, heading into game number 3. First time out then. Oh no, my apologies, we don't. Hearing things. Wow, amazing work from Pavard. From so far back behind the table, forced into that defensive position. That was an amazing shot round the net. Is the point of the match so far. Fan benefiting from a bit of fortune there, the ball just clipping the top of the net. But Pavard didn't look fully comfortable in that point. That's because of the way that Fan Shan was playing. Really assertive, really confident.
4-2.
You could see how hard Pavard was working with those big forehands, just trying to beat her opponent with sheer strength and power. But Fan Shan is so good at that defense, just absorbing all of that pressure that's coming her way. It's such an effective tactic. Oh, well, that was a shot that was laden with spin. Pavard draws level, but my goodness, she has had to work very, very hard to do so. It's been a frustrating game out there for the world number 23, that's for sure.
Right.
That was a very well taken ball indeed. Fan taking it early. Slotting it past Pavard on the backhand side to earn herself 5 game points. It's been a brilliant match. The world number 107. That was an ambitious attempt there, but she still has 4 more game points to play with. Well, Pavard saved 2 game points. She couldn't save a third and make it third time lucky. And Fan Shan, 11 points to 7, is 2 games to 1 up now. And she's a game away from a place in the final. What an incredible feat that would be for the world number 107. Can she hold her nerve? Can she keep her confidence? Will that momentum carry her through in game number 4? 6 minutes on the clock for that last game.
Time. Full game. Fun to serve. Level.
Fun to get us back underway in game number 4. She's a game away from tomorrow's final. Pavard with work to do, questions to answer. Struggling against this lower ranked player who leads their head-to-head by 1 win to nothing. Oh, brilliant.
One love.
Fan getting Pavard way out of position, gets her so far back behind the table. She's trying to anticipate where that shot's going. Just can't get there quickly enough.
One all.
Well, perhaps unsurprisingly, we have a timeout for Pavard. Of course, this is a crucial game for her. She's 3 points down in game number 4, and she doesn't look like she's got too much of a solution as to how to deal with the world number 107, who's very much had things all her own way, even game number 1. Pavard took that one, but she took it 12 points to 10. It wasn't a straightforward game for her at all. It was then 11-8, 11-7, and Pavard is in a tricky position here.
Time.
Well, there's Fancharan with the serves following Pavard's timeout. The server's game.
37.
Pavard unable to get any kind of a read on that serve. See if she can make something happen now with a serve of her own. Oh, nicely done. A few more like that, and Pavard will be right back in this. Just have another look at this. It's the trick shot. Fan might have been expecting that ball down the parallel. Incredible point from Pavard. Similar tactic there. This time it comes back. She has to move quickly to meet that ball. Now it is Fan Shuan who has the timeout, with Pavard rapidly working her way back through these points. Best of set, best of 5, of course. And Pavard is now giving a very good account of herself indeed. Well, this is really quite an incredible showing from Fan Shuan. Tika Pavard, the number 4 seed, on the verge of being knocked out here at the hands of the world number 107. Oh, and she goes wide. Fan Shuan is through to tomorrow's final. What an incredible result for Fan Shuan, defeating the 4th seed, the world number 23, by 3 games to 1. An assured performance, an emphatic victory for the 20-year-old. And she'll be hoping to repeat that feat tomorrow when she takes on Jianan Wan of France in tomorrow's final. So, will it be back-to-back victories over French players for Fan Shuan? We'll find out tomorrow. Congratulations indeed to her, and we look forward to seeing her in action once again. Next up, the second men's single semi-final players gathering, ready to make their way to the field of play. That's coming up in just a moment's time.
and gentlemen, the final match of the day, men's singles semi-final. Introducing first, from Croatia, Tomislav Musa. And his opponent, from Germany,
Second men's singles semi-final. Winner of this one through to tomorrow's final to face the sensational Wenribo, the 18-year-old, world number 50. If you weren't watching earlier, he defeated the top seed Darko Jorgic in straight games, so he'll be an ominous prospect for the winner of this one. Will it be Tomislav Pucav, Croatia, or will it be Benedikt Duda from Germany? Duda is the second seed. Defeated Yukiya Uda, another lefty, in his last match. The number 5 seed from Japan beat him 3-1. Beat Christian Carlsen in a tough 5-game match in his second round. And before that, came through in straight games against Chen Yuan of Chinese Taipei. So that is his route through to this semi-final, where he takes on the number 7 seed, Pucav. Defeated Yuta Tanaka of Japan in straight games. In his last match, defeated the Japanese qualifier Kazuhiro Yoshimura 3-1 in his match before that, and then defeated Manu Shah 3-1 to begin his campaign here in Skopje. So he's dropped just the 2 games en route here. Looking good. But it is Duda who is the favourite for this one. Fan favourite as well, Duda, the left-hander, world number 15. Reached a career high of 13 in the world a few weeks ago. And in terms of his season in 2025, well, 7 wins, 7 losses. Won his first 2 matches at the World Championships, but lost to Lex Lebrun.
First game, Duda to serve, love all. One, love. Love, good. One, good.
Now Duda recovered from losing his opening game against Yukiya Uda earlier in the quarterfinal. Uda took the first game 13 points to 11, and then Duda managed an amazing comeback to an 11-2, 11-7, 11-5.
4-1.
Yes, of course, a best of 5.
Pucav. Out. 2-4.
Duda going for the gentle little forehand push, finds the net instead. Of course, this pair know each other so well. This is the 11th meeting between them. Duda has won 9 of their past 10 encounters. It was 2019 when Putsar got his one and only win over Duda. It was in the qualifying round at the ITTF World Tour Platinum China Open in Shenzhen.
All. A good opening game for the Croatian, the world number 42. And how about that for a forehand? Really impressive, nicely taken. Croatia's highest ranked player. And Croatia's #1 for quite some time. Next highest ranked Croatian is Filip Želko, ranked 186 in the world. So Putsar's quite some distance ahead of the rest of his country, that's for sure. 8, 9.
He's carrying the hopes of Croatia wherever he goes. Well, it's 2 game points for Putsar, and the players, of course, entitled to towel off, and both of them taking the opportunity to do that. You get the sense, maybe not because they're actually sweating, but both just want to take a bit of a breather from the table. Well, Duda saves the first of 2 match points. Stroke of good luck, perhaps. Agonising for Putsar, goes just long, a shake of the head. Knows he should have done better there. Juice though. See if Putsar can shake off that disappointment, but Duda, crucially, has the serve. Oh, great rally, goes the way of Putsar, lets out a scream as he earns himself another game point. Really convert this one.
Duda saves another. So shaping up to be a really exciting match between this pair. Duda certainly on paper is the favourite to win this one, but we've had a fair few upsets today already. Wen Ribo, the finalist, being one of them. Now it's Duda. Duda earns himself the game point. Will he be able to do what his opponent has been unable to do, and that is convert it? Can he take his chance? Well, he can't. Again, the players just toweling off, as they're entitled to do, but crucially, these towel breaks just allow them a bit of breathing space away from the intensity of the action at the table, especially at such a crucial stage with the scores at 12 all. Wow, some big shots in there from Duda to save another game point. And so this shrug of the shoulders as if to say, how did that happen? Duda with some very effective serving indeed. Putzar really couldn't do anything with that one. Oh, roles reversed.
14 all.
Putzar with yet another game point, 15-14. How many more does he need to be able to convert? Can Duda save yet again? This is only game one. Oh, brilliant. Putzar takes his chance, finally wraps up the opener, 16 points to 14. My goodness, marathon opening game, 9.5 minutes is how long it took for the opener in this best of 5.
Second game, Putzar to serve.
That was an attritional opening game that could have gone either way. Both players with their chances. Duda had game points of his own, but was kept at bay by the Croatian. 16 points to 14. What a scoreline for the opening game.
One love.
Duda has 9 wins over Putzar, and only 2 of them have come in straight games. And crucially, Putzar's sole win over his opponent was a straight games win. Took that one 4 games 3-0. That's good work from Duda.
2-1.
Just his footing really well to strike that forehand. Another impressive point from Duda. 3-point lead now. I want to use this as a cushion to really push on, and he's clearly put the disappointment of that opening game behind him. Boots are just skimming the top of the net there. Sends the ball long. That was well taken by Duda, took it decisively. It's great footwork with the step around, adjusts his body weight well. This is much more like the Benedikt Duda we know. Oh, quickly taken, that was lightning fast from Butsa.
6. Seven.
Duda looks as though he's found the formula now. Found a way to keep Butsa quiet here. Nice healthy 5-point cushion for the German. Into the net, that is frustrating indeed for Butsa. 9 points to 3 now, very different story in game 2 than in game number 1. Well, perhaps that was a sign of nerves there. From Butsa, just struggled with that serve, gave away the game point at a crucial moment. Duda then, with all of those game points, 7 game points. Simple task for him to put away that winner, and takes game number 2, 11 points to 7. Even Stevens here, a game apiece. That was only 3 minutes and 45. First game was more than twice as long.
Third game, Duda took serve, 1-4. One love. Love, 2. One, 2. Two, all. Three, 2. Three, all. Three, 4.
Oh, well, it looked as though Butzer was calm and in control. It looked as though he had the winning of that rally, didn't he? He had Duda run ragged, pushing him from back and forth, forcing him into changing direction, and you could see what the plan was there from the Croatian. Was going for that far corner down the diagonal, going just long. The idea was good, the execution just not right.
6, 2. Three, 7. Three, 8.
Again, Duda just so firmly in control.
9,
Gets that
3.
one finished off nice and quickly. 6 points to the good here. In game number 3. Again, the players taking full advantage of the towel breaks, but no timeout yet for Butzer. That was great work with the
9,
forehand.
4.
So much power behind this. Just have another look at this. Almost knocks Duda off his feet. Oh, stroke of luck there for Duda. That ball just
4,
trickling over the
10.
net in his favour, and that brings up 6 game points.
11, 4.
He only needed the one. 11 points to 4. That was the most emphatic of all the games so far. Benedikt Duda made that one look relatively easy. Just over 4 minutes for that one then. Compare that to game number 1 that was 9.5 minutes long.
Four games, puts out to serve, love all. One, love. Net.
Oh, frustration for Putzar, just a slight shake of the head there as he pushes his return into the net. Oh, good work though. Good recovery.
3-1.
Two consecutive points now for the Croatian.
4-1.
Must-win game, of course, in this best of 5. Wan Ribo of China awaits in the final. This is fantastic from Putzar. 6-1 up now. Firmly in control. Duda completely fading in game number 4, having wrapped up game number 3 with what looked like ease. Of course, there are no easy wins, are there, at this level? But Duda having a real dip now. Duda, the comeback is on. For a player who was 1-6 down, he's now forced Putzar into that timeout. Croatian clearly keen to do what he can to hold on to his lead, to halt the momentum of the German.
7-5.
Not the restart that Butsa would have wanted. It was all going so well for him in this game. 6-1 he led. That's before Duda mounted his comeback, forcing Butsa into that timeout. Just this, oh my goodness. All square now. This is what Duda does so well. He's got such a level head. He's just worked his way back up from the brink. Takes the lead now, the German for the first time in game number 4. He looks renewed and refreshed, does Duda. Remember, of course, he had that match earlier today on table 1 over Yukiya Uda. Took victory in 4 games, so I couldn't have taken too much out of him. Another shot laden with spin. Unplayable.
8, 9.
You can see Duda, the body language has changed. Now that he knows he's closing in and a place in the final. Oh, but don't ride off
9,
Tomislav Butsa. Look at this. Showing great balance there to hit that forehand with such force. 9 points all. This is reminiscent, isn't it, of game number 1. Oh, but it's game points, match point rather, for Benedikt Duda. Yeah, he looks lively, full of life. He's ready for this. He's up for it. He wants to get this one finished off at the first opportunity. And he does. Let's have a scream of celebration. Benedikt Duda defeats Tomislav Butsa 3-1 to seal his place in the men's singles final. And what a prospect we have tomorrow. He'll meet Wenribo, the 18-year-old world number 50. And what will be the very first meeting between them. This is how Duda wrapped up victory here. Butsa with the return into the net. Half an hour. That's how long it took Duda to dispatch Tomislav Butsa to seal his place in tomorrow's final, and we look forward to seeing him back in action tomorrow. Congratulations indeed to him. And thank you for all of you for watching today's action from Skopje. What a day of action it's been. Some upsets along the way, but it has been a pleasure having your company. And I do hope that you will join us again for finals day tomorrow, the men's and women's singles finals and the men's and women's doubles finals too. So 4 medal matches for us to get stuck into tomorrow. That is certainly something you don't want to miss. But thank you once again for joining us today. It's been a wonderful day's action in Skopje. Congratulations indeed to all of today's winners.